Suzanne, I can see you. Can you see me?
I can see you. Babek is not able to get in. He's having trouble.
Oh,
So,
I think we're broadcasting on YouTube, so we're
okay.
live there. So
Well, I was on for quite a while with nothing. And then finally they invited me to come in as a panelist.
yeah,
Correct. I do see one other person out as the attendee, but I can't identify them.
I think it's Babek, but
All
maybe
right.
not.
I'll allow him in.
Can they rename themselves also, please?
Yes. Babek?
Should we just have them start?
He was having trouble signing in.
there's somebody named 383714. Is that Babek or is that somebody else?
I doubt that. No, that's
that's the group.
That's the group. So Babek can't get into the meeting.
He was there. He was at the last one, at the swearing in.
He thinks it might be his computer. He said it was just spinning.
Yeah, he might have to exit out and reboot or something since he was in the last Zoom. Maybe
Okay, let me-
back.
Me.
Just a second. He's gonna try and call in.
Okay.
Diana, will you get that call or what? Diana?
I'm telling him to try and sign in again.
I pulled up the Zoom channel and we are broadcasting on Zoom, or excuse me, YouTube channel. So we are broadcasting right now on YouTube. Looks like there's a delay.
The phone number.
Babek's on the phone but muted.
Okay.
Diana, did you hear that? She's muted. Come on.
Yes, I'll let him in.
Okay,
So Babek, are you there? You're muted.
He's still muted.
No, you're not. So Babek, are you there?
Can you hear me?
Yes. Can everybody hear everybody else?
Yep.
I'm gonna
I can-
try and fix the Zoom thing as we're speaking. I apologize. I don't know what's going on. Like Lori said, I was able to find the other one.
We're having some technical difficulties that we're trying to troubleshoot, so we'll be, we're trying our best. It'll be just a few more minutes.
Do you want to go ahead with just audio and on Babek and plunge ahead? It's already almost 2:15, so.
Yes, the city clerk is working on our technology, so if you could just give us like 60 seconds to see if she can fix it, and then we'll proceed. Just one
Okay.
moment.
Dan?
Yeah.
Just as an FYI, you're a little difficult to hear. If you could get maybe a little closer to your microphone or turn it up,
Okey doke.
please. Thank you.
I might have joined the meeting, but only as a not as a panelist. I must have had the wrong meeting ID. I've got it up on my screen, but obviously my camera is not up. Oh, join as a panelist. Getting this fixed.
Ah, there you go.
Yay.
All right, I don't know what happened, but thank you.
The gang's all here. Can you hear me now?
Yep.
Yes.
We're ready to go.
Oh, good. Okay, first, we do not have a public hearing scheduled. Oh, this is, by the way, the Police Commission meeting for August the 31st. And it is about 2:15 when we're starting. Before we get too much further, I do want to, on behalf of the commission, welcome the new officers who were sworn in today, and you can give us the names and a little bit about them when we have some comments from police staff. We do not have a public hearing scheduled at this time, but I do want to see if there's an opportunity, provide an opportunity for public comment or questions. If there is anyone out there who has public, a member of the public who has a comment or a question, please identify yourself at this point.
I don't see anybody from the public as an attendee, Dan.
Okay.
No.
Okay, we will move on to approval of the minutes. Hopefully the members of the commission had an opportunity to look at the minutes from our last quarterly meeting. Any changes needed?
No, I would move to approve the minutes as presented.
Okay,
Second that motion?
all in favor, say aye.
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 All right, the minutes stand approved. Do we have comments from the police staff? I see we have Assistant Chief Hoffman and the Professional Standards Officer Kaminsky.
Yeah.
Do you have anything you would like to talk about here?
Yeah, get comfortable. We have a few
Okay.
updates to go over. So as you just mentioned, Dan, we just got done swearing in 6 new officers and 4 officer or reserve officers for the bailiff position and other things. The 6 new officers, you guys all participated in the interviews of these people, was Tyler Thornock. Tyler was a Missoula boy, born and raised here. He went down to Arizona where he's been on the border patrol for the last 3 years. So he was looking to get back here. He's already gone through the FLETC Academy, so he won't need to attend the Montana Law Enforcement Academy. Kai Tran, he has been working as a CSS for the Missoula Police Department, and he was just hired yesterday and sworn in about a half hour ago as a sworn officer. Chef Halsey is another Missoula born. I don't have much of a background on him, but was sworn in today as well. Ashton Bates, another Missoula person. And Muhammad Bukharet, he was a civilian desk person for a number of years. He was hired by Chinook Police Department, and we convinced him to come work in Missoula and leave the beautiful eastern Montana Chinook. And then the last person was Connor Usher, who is coming to us from Bozeman. He was a corrections officer at Gallatin County, and he is happy to be a sworn law enforcement officer now. So those are the 6 sworn officers that we just swore in. We also have 4 reserve officers. That took a lot of work to get the legislature to allow us sworn officers or reserve officers to do the bailiff position, knowing that there could possibly be 3 municipal courts this coming January, and we're losing our 1 judge, so we'll be hiring or electing 3 new judges, and they may all want a reserve officer as a bailiff in their courts. We don't know that yet until after the election. But we hired 4 reserve officers for 3.5 FTEs. And those personnel are Anthony Floor, Austin Bennett, Justin Liu, and Jeff McKean. So they were all sworn in just now as well.
Part-time positions,
What's that?
part-time now.
Yes. We have had a little bit of advancement and turnaround in the civilian positions. We hired 3 new CSSs. B. Happ was a CSS who went to the Pardon Commission. Tess Wainwright was a CSS and she moved back home to Nevada. And Kai Tran, of course, was sworn in as an officer. So those 3 positions were filled by Kim Rule, who was an administrative assistant with detectives, Nick Petrini, who was on the front desk as a police support specialist, and Kendra Bottenberg, who we took from Walmart Loss Prevention. So those 3 replaced the 3 CSSs. The 4th CSS, Adam Oja, has just accepted a position as of Friday with Adult Protective Services. So we do have another person on that list to replace him, and that is Sarah Harrell, who right now is a part-time police support specialist at the front desk. So a lot of in-house movement, a lot of what I would say promotions to better positions for them. But that's going to leave us with a number of openings in the on-call desk personnel. So if you know of anybody that's interested, have them get a hold of Lori Clark. It's a part-time position. Call in, but it moves fast. We have a lot of advancement, as you can see. Another one of our PSSs or police support specialists, Ayanna, who is also working on our PSN, Project Safe Neighborhoods grant and stuff. She took a position with municipal court, and so we replaced her with Allie Stepper, who was part-time, call in. And in the meantime, Katie Richardson resigned her position as a records clerk, and Allie Stepper stepped up and said she would take that position, again, opening up more positions in this on-call, along with Nick Petrini. Erica Spear and Sarah Meridian, who are both part-time, have accepted full-time positions at the desk. That gets you up to date on what's happening with all the hires and movement.
So are, excuse me, are all of those openings currently listed on the city's employment website?
Yes, well, there are no vacancies right now because they've all been filled with call-in or
Oh, okay.
part-time. The admin assistant, they're interviewing, so that's been closed.
Okay,
And then the other call-ins are, we keep it open all the time and they can apply anytime through the website.
okay.
So I don't want to jump from the budget to more personnel updates, but this budget, we were asking for 2 corporal positions and the 3.5 bailiff positions. We did get the bailiff positions. The 2 corporal positions that we asked for, we got 1 of the 2. So the city has financed 1 more FTE, so we will be at 117 sworn. We will have to take that bailiff position and take our own money to make it a corporal position because we needed those 2 corporals to fill with those other squads that we added back in February when we went to this new schedule. So we will get that additional officer and promote 2 within to be corporals. Couple retirements. I guess 1 retirement, Corporal Chris Kneff, after 21 years, retired. And then 2 of our new hire officers did not make it through the FTO program, and they both resigned their positions. That was Matthew Lindquist
Public.
and Robert Hayward. Told you about this. Okay, so the SROs, we had a number of school resource officers that either promoted, went to detectives, or wanted to come back out onto the street.
Retired.
So, yeah, and then, of course, Jim Johnson's retirement, and I think his was the only retirement from the SRO program. So we had 4 openings in the SROs for the high schools and middle schools in Missoula. So we ran a process and selected Charles Burton will go to Hellgate High School. Shay Hollis will go to Big Sky High School. Mark Monaco will remain at Sentinel. Randy Crastel and Callie Matt are going to be the 2 middle and elementary school SROs. Randy Crastel was one of our BID officers, so we will have to have a posting and look for a replacement for Randy Crastel for the BID officer. As far as the rest of the budget, well, I talked about the reserves. We got that in the corporal. We have 1 military activation still. It's been activated since November 1st of last year. His time up is November 1st of this year, and then he gets a 30-day grace period to come back into the department, but he gets to spend some time with his family because he's been away. And we currently have 2 officers on work comp and 3 officers on work comp light duty. So that's all work-related injuries. 3 of them at least are back in the office doing other work. 2 of them just had surgery, so we won't see them for a few months. That's the update. I don't know if you guys, I've got pictures, or we can send you the pictures of the officers that we just swore in. Babak, you were in on that, so you probably saw them. But I can forward you their pictures so you can see who we hired. Any other questions or comments?
The reserves, this isn't like the sheriff's department where they mostly volunteer. They're paid positions, and how many hours a week are the reserve officers?
So there's no guarantee of hours. They have to go through 88 hours of training to be post-certified as a reserve officer. Then we'll teach them the ropes of what it takes to be a bailiff, because the reserve officer is not just designed to be a bailiff, it's designed to be a reserve officer. They're not guaranteed any number of hours. We are thinking that come January, we're gonna have 3 judges that all want a bailiff in their court. So we got 3.5 FTEs for these 3 bailiffs, and we ended up getting 5. Well, we got numerous applicants. We ran 6 through backgrounds and selected 4. So right now, these 4 reserve officers will be handling 1 court until January, where they'll probably start to handle 3 courts. So they will be upwards of 30+ hours apiece.
And the officers who are school resource officers, is that just their job, or do they also do patrol or other things?
So 9 months out of the year, during the school year, they are just school resource officers. They're assigned to schools, except for the 2 middle school ones. They bounce around between all the middle schools and elementary schools. But that is their function for 9 months of the year. The 3 months during the summer, when school is out on summer break, they get reassigned to other functions, mostly downtown. Some will do misdemeanor follow-ups, some will answer calls for service. So those 3 months, it's a variety of jobs, but the 9 months, it's just strictly school.
Just out of curiosity, is this the SRO positions? Do you get a lot of interest when you say, okay, we've got some positions open, or is it just a few people who really want to do that?
So this new schedule kind of created a problem with getting people interested in being an SRO. Their current schedule, where they're 5 on, 4 off, 5 on, 4 off, 5 on, 5 off. The patrol officers seem to really like that schedule, and we have, I think, 1 maybe or 2 that showed an interest. So we went to the school and we told them about our dilemma, and they were open to varying schedules. Instead of 5/8s, they could work 4/10s. They could work a schedule that is more beneficial to the school and them themselves, like Friday nights football games. They want officers there at the football games. So rather than come in at 8 o'clock and work till 3 or 3:30, whatever their schedule was, they could come in at noon and work till 10 o'clock at night. which would save the schools on overtime, would give the officer a little bit more ability to take time off, wouldn't be structured to a certain schedule every week. And when we got that okay from the school district, we had at least enough applicants to fill the positions. So this new schedule is really conducive for patrol, and it was difficult to get those positions filled unless we had some leeway in their scheduling.
Good. Thanks. Any other questions for police staff at this point from members of the commission? We do need to set a meeting time for the next regular quarterly meeting, and then also talk about the upcoming interview schedule. So about 3 months from now is
November.
so like first week of November, is that, am I calculating that correctly?
I think,
Well, the middle to the end.
Middle to the end of November makes more sense. November is got Thanksgiving in there and Veterans Day and a few other things. So
Do you want to do something like 17th, Wednesday the 17th?
Works for me if it's after 10:30, I'm good.
it works for me. November 17th, Babak.
Yeah, that works. Just double check my other calendar.
You like 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock?
Sure.
Wednesday is not your briefing, or, okay. 1 o'clock, okay?
1 p.m.
1
Okay.
p.m. 17th of November. All
Very
right.
good.
Barring unforeseen, I'm hoping we'll be able to meet in person, but who knows? Guess that's up to the city. We'll leave that part of it open for further determination.
Okay, so interviews.
Yeah, do you, we're talking about the week, the October 4 through 7. Do you really, do you want to do 4 days, or you just, within that 4 days, do 3 days? Are we gonna need?
Who wants Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday?
Monday,
We don't do them on Monday.
yeah, we do.
We're doing them on Monday.
It depending on the number, but he had me scheduled starting Monday because half of his people may flex the others.
Okay, so 3, 4, and 5 right now.
4, 5, and 6.
4, 5, and 6.
4, 5, and 6. Sorry.
I could do it either, I can't do the 5th. I could do 4 or 6.
I can do 4 and 5 both.
I can do any of the days. I mean, some days are better than others, but 5 and 6 are better for me, but I can realistically make 4, 5, and 6 work.
Suzanne, why don't you do the 5th, the back, the 6th, and I'll do the 4th.
Okay.
Okay.
Does that work?
Yep.
Yep.
Works for me.
Would you repeat that, please?
The 4th will be me, the 5th will be Suzanne, the 6th will be Babak.
And if needed on the 7th.
If
I
needed
could
on
do
the
it.
7th, I can do the 7th too.
Yeah. Okay.
SPDD. Okay. Thank you.
Let me just get this down here. Okay, I don't think we have any other business, public business. We're going to sign off here and then we will go into our executive session part.
Okey doke.
All right, we
Sounds
will.
good.
Thank
see
you.
all in a few minutes, hopefully. We don't
Yep.
get in trouble.
Knock wood.
Sounds
Right.
good.